Hey, it is Fern back with you again for the final installment of our trilogy on working with rescue dogs. If you haven't seen the first two videos, I recommend you go check it out. Video 1 is all about assessing dogs. Video 2 is about the shelter environment. And here in video 3, we're talking about how we can make dogs more adoptable. Let's get right into it. What you want to really think about always is the big picture here. What is our ultimate goal? Because in the day-to-day, life of working with rescue and shelter dogs, sometimes we can lose sight of this, and we have to make sure we're always working toward the goal of getting these dogs adopted. And if we just exercise them, we're doing them no favors, because exercise, although it helps their temporary here and now, it is not going to help their long-term life, basically. And here's what I mean by that. If, like, say you have an outdoor exercise area and we just take them from the kennel to this outside area and let them run around like crazy, what it is it's anarchy. There's just craziness there, and these guys are already a little crazy. So although it lets them burn off a little steam and release some energy, which is good and important, we got to do it a different way, though, because all it is chaos, and they're never going to show good if they're just in this mindset of complete chaos. So we need to introduce structure in every case we can, because this is what's going to get them to show well with adopters. If we have a nice dog who's structured instead of a crazy one that's just running around like nuts, because this is what it always does. So we want to do some repetitions of structure here. The way we can do that is just get them to be attentive to you, pay attention to you. I see so many dogs who are, come out of the shelter to meet a potential adopter. There's someone who might want to take them home, and the dogs ignore them because they're just so enamored by the environment around them. That's no way for them to build a bond, a relationship, and these people are probably going to pass that dog up because they don't feel it. So we got to get these dogs to pay attention to people. So that starts with you. So get them to be attentive to you as much as possible. One of the ways you can do that is by teaching some basic obedience. Just sits, some downs, just make it very rewarding for them to focus on you instead of all the craziness that goes on around the shelter. I want to talk quickly about working with fearful dogs, because a lot of dogs that we're going to encounter are going to have some issues. They're going to have some baggage from either lack of socialization or maybe a not so pleasant beginning of their life. So we need to try to help these guys turn around so we can find them homes. This is not a quick fix here, though. Anxiety and fear is a long haul, so we have to be patient to gain the dog's trust. And trust is not something you are given just because you have a big heart and you're a rescue person. No. You've got to earn the trust with each and every dog. And with every dog, you start at the beginning. And that takes time. So you have to be patient. And in our rush sometimes to want to help all these dogs so quickly, we're actually pushing them away from us. So we got to always go with the dog's pace. One of the best tools you can do this to help them kind of snap out of it and trust you a little bit more is to go for walks. Walks are so powerful. The more I work with dogs in my dog training career, I realize how unbelievably powerful the walk is. The walk is such a great non-confrontational bonding experience that'll bring you together. It has worked wonders for me working with fearful dogs, more so than any treats. So use the walks, but you also want to use some high-impact treats along the way too. Something to get the dog a little more interested and make a positive association to you. A hard biscuit is going to be useless. That's nothing. In this state of mind, we have to pull out all the stops here. I want hot dogs, grilled chicken, grilled steak, something that engages their nose with a lot of scent that is meat-based. All right, let's find the right match for these dogs now. All right, the first way we can do that is by asking the right questions. And I see so many rescues and shelters asking questions that are not only irrelevant, but they're processing the answers incorrectly. And one example of this is everyone I know asks, do you have a fenced-in yard, to any applicants? And if the person says yes, everyone's all excited. For me, from a dog trainer's perspective, I see that as a huge negative. Because although these people may mean well, I guarantee that means they will skip walks. Because it's so much easier just to let them out in the backyard. And walks are a necessity. As we mentioned, one of the most powerful things you can do with a dog. So I don't like skipping those walks. And also, a lot of people will give unsupervised time out in the yard. I am not a fan of unsupervised time in the backyard. They are not getting exercise if they're out there all day. No, they're just sitting there. And although people mean well, most people abuse the backyard. Done right, it can be a great thing. So I'm just saying, be cautious with that answer. It is not the be-all, end-all. We want to make sure we're asking a lot of the right questions. And our choices for potential adopters for these dogs have to be made by our brains and not our hearts. Because if we see, they look at this family, they seem really nice. They have 2 3-year-old kids and they want to adopt a 9-month-old pit bull. Wow. Are they qualified for that? Do they have the time to work with this dog? That pit bull is going to be like a bull in a china shop in that, and 2 little 3-year-olds may just get run over. I would never adopt a puppy out to anybody who's got really small children, probably under the age of 5. Because, I have 2 4-year-olds right now, and there's no way I could handle a puppy, even being a dog trainer. It's exhausting. So even though they seem like such a great family, we have to be smart here and say, wow, is this really the best choice for them? Because we don't want these dogs coming back. We're looking for quality and not quantity. So many rescues are just trying to get as many dogs adopted as possible without thinking about the long-term effect here. We want to not only find them homes, we want to find them forever homes. So we really got to get our screening process pretty good so that they don't come back. So it's not just about getting them out the door, it's about making sure they stay there. And again, that's the ultimate goal, to find the right homes for these dogs forever so they do not come back. That is the big thing we have to always think about. So that's it. We've come to the end of our journey here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to take your passion for dogs to the next level and make it a career, I would love to help you do that. Just go over to makedogsyourlife.com and you can get all the info. All right, thanks so much. I will see you guys soon.